everybody, Pai-chan here, and today is day 23 of Inktober. Now, for today, I've already drawn the picture, and I finally drew, pretty much I drew one of the characters that was introduced last time, along with Frisk, so that it still goes with the Undertale thing. And in this one, I haven't done the voiceover yet, but we're gonna find out pretty much how bad it is. How bad the thing with Frisk nightmares are. So let's get on with the story, shall we?
As the pages turn, our story continues. Leetah, Skywise, and Cutter finish gathering their things and wait at the base of the great tree they call the Hole, and their home, for Sans and Pai to get there. After Sans and Pai finished looking around, after Pai finished giving Sans a bit of a tour, they met up with them as well, ready to head back to Pai's place. Just before they left, Moonshade stepped forward to Sans, Longbow close behind, just to make sure that this strange creature he'd never seen before doesn't do his life mate harm. I noticed that your jacket was torn pretty good. If you want, I could fix it for you and have it ready for you by the time that Pai brings Leetah back. I didn't notice that my sleeve was torn. Sans pulled on his jacket sleeve and noticed that his sleeve had a tear in it about halfway through. Must have been when Raging Fold attacked me. Sans turned to Moonshade and said one of his usual puns. Well, I guess that's the best course of action in this situation. Moonshade and the rest of the Wolf Riders that were there just looked a bit confused. Pai, knowing how they were, told Sans they don't really get the pun, Sans. Don't worry about it. Oh, well, Moonshade, realizing what Pai meant, went, "Oh, so that was a joke? I was wondering why it didn't seem right." Yeah, don't worry about it. Well, so about the jacket, Sans pulled off his jacket and handed it to Moonshade. Here, you can work on it. I don't mind. Moonshade grabbed the jacket and handed him the one that she had been carrying. Here, you can use this for now. Sans looked at it and smiled a bit. Thanks, but I just wear my jacket because I like to. No need to worry about me. With hearing this, Longbow was a bit impressed, though Moonshade still insisted. All right. Don't worry about. All right. I'll take the jacket. You don't need to worry about me getting cold, though. Well, you just seem to like this jacket quite a bit. Yeah, I do. Though he held up the jacket that Moonshade had handed him. This one's pretty good as this one's pretty good too. I like the color. It's not really my color. The jacket being um a brown deer fur, being made of a brown deer pelt, but I like it quite a bit. Sans put the jacket on. Uh, uh, how did you get it to fit so well? Well, when I saw you go by, I noticed it then, and you worked pretty fast, I can tell. Mom does too. Guess I know where she got it from. Moonshade smiled and looked at Pai. You will remember to get this, won't you? Yeah, I will. Don't worry about it. And Cutter, you're not going to be here for the hunt? Don't worry. I'll make sure Cutter, Skywise, and Leetah get something to eat. Don't worry about it. It may not be fresh, but it won't make them sick. Cutter went over to his daughter Ember. All right, Ember, you're in charge. Yes. All right, Dad. Everyone, as the group left, along with the four wolves that were accompanying them, the rest that were left at the hole howled a farewell. The group stopped for a moment and gave a howl back. Sans, a bit confused, didn't interrupt, but asked as they were done, "What was that for?" "Oh, it was just a way to say farewell." "Oh, well, don't worry. Yeah. Cutter just went. Don't worry about it. We didn't expect you to understand." Leetah said as well, "I didn't at first, but now I understand. It'll take time." "All right. Though I like the group there, even though they don't really get my puns." Yeah, that'll take time, Sans. Don't worry about it." "All right, Mom. So, Leetah, was it?" Yes. You really think you could help Frisk?" "Oh, I don't know. But I'll try." The group finished their journey back to the house, and as they stepped inside the foyer, and Pai turned to Leetah, Cutter, and Skywise. I don't like having shoes on and having people wear the shoes they wore outside of my house. So if you wouldn't mind." Skywise eyed Pai a little concerned. "I'm just asking you guys to take your shoes off, nothing more. And all things considered, you know I wouldn't put you in danger." Just then, the group heard running towards them. Skywise and Cutter prepared for an attack as Cutter protected his life mate. "Mother! Mother, you're home! Sans, why are you with them? And what happened to your jacket?" Hearing what Papyrus had called Pai, Cutter and Skywise relaxed, knowing that this must be the brother that Sans was talking about. "Well, I guess I misstepped in, well, one thing led to another, and I guess I got a new jacket. Well, what happened to your old one? Oh, Moonshade's fixing it up for me. Who? He then noticed the three others that were there with them. And who's this? They look. They don't look like humans, though they don't look like us either. Cutter, Cutter stepped forward, having finished taking off his shoes, respecting Pai since this was her place. Well, so, you're the other one that Pai talked about. Mother, what's going on? Oh, don't worry, Papyrus. He's just sizing you up. Don't worry about it. Um, Cutter looked Papyrus over and turned to Pai. Oh, he seems like a worthy hunter. What do you mean? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Papyrus. We'll talk about it later. How's Frisk doing? She's doing alright. Still a little tense. Leetah stepped forward, seeing Papyrus and noticing his arm had recently been healed. She looked at Pai. Your work? Yeah. Nah, I'd rather not talk about. Well, I'll look that over later too to see how it's come together. Yeah, I know. But where's the one that you wanted me to check out? Oh, Mother? Who is... She's the one that taught me how to heal. Don't let and don't let their size fool you. They are quite strong. Well, I can see that. They may give Undine a run for their money. Yeah, probably. Cutter and Skywise looked confused, though just shrugged it off, realizing that it must be another friend of theirs. Well, you can... Well, I'll show you where she is. Leetah followed Pai into the other room, where Frisk was trying to stay awake, waiting for Pai and Sans to get back. Frisk, you doing alright? Sans, you're back. Pai, you two, who are they? Friends. Well, friends, I'll explain later, but... Leetah, but Frisk, I think it might be better if you come sit here in the kitchen. You know how I told you about the friend that taught me how to heal? Yes. Well, this is Leetah. Pai placed her hand on Leetah's shoulder. Hello, but Frisk was still confused, though she knew that Pai wouldn't do anything to cause her any more harm, considering Pai had healed Frisk more than once in previous timelines. Frisk went over and sat in the chair, which was a bit lower than the couch. What is she gonna do? Frisk, she's a better healer than I am. She may know some things that may help you that I don't. Alright. Well, let's see. Let's see what I can do to help you. Oh, what was her name again? Frisk. Frisk was still a little confused because she didn't know, she didn't understand the language that Leetah was saying. Oh, I forgot to do the language thing for you guys. Well, I'll do that in a little bit, alright? I'll do that after Leetah's done here. Cutter, Skywise, and Leetah nodded. Well, Frisk, sit there and try to relax. Alright. alright, but don't worry, Frisk. It'll be fine. Sans said Sans said with it to try to encourage Frisk. Leetah stepped forward and placed her hands a few inches away on each side of Frisk's head, and they began to glow. Frisk and Leetah went into a bit of a trance, Sans and Papyrus getting a bit worried as they watched, though Cutter and Skywise just waited for Leetah to finish. Mother, what's... Shh! Let her concentrate, Papyrus. But Frisk will be fine. Papyrus noticed that Sans was still a bit tense, but though he didn't do anything, knowing that the same thing had happened between her when she healed his broken arm. After a few tense minutes, Leetah slumped a bit as her power faded. It's just as we feared. What do you mean? Papyrus still not understanding, though he knew that something was wrong, and that it may be worse than what they thought. I'll let you know in a moment. I'll tell you in a moment, Pap. Eclipse is trying to control her, though to what end, I'm not completely sure. Cutter was now by his life mate's side to give her support as he led her to one of the chairs that Pai had around the kitchen table so that she can sit comfortably. She's trying to make her do something. I'm not completely sure. It was then that Sans realized what it was. She's trying to make her do a reset. A what? I'll explain later. Is there any way you can help? I'm not sure if I can do it myself, though Pai... She looked over at Pai a bit determined. If we use one of the other powers you have, we may be able to stop her. Though what it may come down to is... Leetah then looked over at Sans, who was now comforting Frisk. Me? Yes. You guys have recognized, haven't you? Sans and Frisk looked a bit confused and then over at Pai. When your guys' eyes met that one time, you said it was... I told you it was like... it was like love at first sight, though 10 times more powerful, right? Yeah. They call it recognition. Oh, well, yeah, we did. That may help with all this. Though for now, Leetah handed Frisk a pouch with some powdered herbs in it. Drink this as a drink. Put this in some water and drink it. It won't be enough to completely stop her from controlling you, but at least the nightmares will stop for a time. But what? Leetah looked over at Papyrus, still a bit confused. Pai, I think it might be good if you if you did the thing with language for me. Considering I'm probably gonna be considering I think it might be best if I stay here for a while, just to keep track of Frisk. Yeah, I think so too. Cutter was a little unnerved by this, but understood why Leetah would want to stay there, considering everything that Eclipse had done, as well as her mother. Well, for now, I'll get you guys something to eat. I'll help with that, Mother. Yeah, you know the fridge that Alfie's. Yeah, yeah. Though it won't be that hard. Huh? I'll show you, Pat. Pi went over to the regular fridge and pulled out a few steaks. Well, we can. No, Pap, over here. Pi then went over to the fridge that Alfie had modified to warm things up instead of cool them down. Just put them in here, Pap. But, Mother, won't that? This isn't like our food. This is normal. Yeah, just trust me on this, Pap. They put the 3 pieces of meat in the warm refrigerator and went back into the other room. Cutter and Sans were talking, and Leetah was still checking Frisk out a bit. She then looked over at Papyrus and pointed at his arm. My arm? She wants to check out how well I did the healing on your arm, Pap. Well, okay, but it seems fine. He held out his arm to Leetah, who, again, gently cradled Papyrus's arm in hers. And within a few moments, she realized that Pi had done a good job of it, even though there was still a mark. She nodded, but reassuring Papyrus that it was still good. You did pretty good, Pi, though why there's still a mark there? Yeah. Well, you ready for me to do the thing with the languages now? You just used your powers and I'll be fine. Alright. I placed her fingers on Leetah's forehead, and after a few moments she pulled away sharply. No, Leetah, don't use your powers to heal yourself. It could undo what I just did. Alright, but it'll only be a few moments. Cutter and Skywise went over to Leetah to make sure she was alright. Cutter, Skywise, you think you might want to be able to do this? You think you might like me to do this? But we can already speak the human language fairly well. Well, you can speak one of them. There are quite a few more, and with me doing this, you won't have a trouble communicating with any human. Skywise and Cutter thought for a moment before nodding and agreeing about Pi helping them with the language thing. She again placed her fingers on their head. First Cutter, then Skywise, and the same thing happened. They sat on the floor for a few moments, remembering what Pi had told Leetah. And within 10 minutes, their headaches were gone. That was almost as bad as Winnow will. Yeah, well, at least with me doing this, you had the choice. Well, I think your meat should be warmed up by now. Well, what about the oh, there's plenty of stuff around here for them to hunt. They'll be fine. What are they talking about, Mother? What did you bring with you? Sand smiled. A few wolves. Wolves? What are those? Skywise and Skywise and Cutter just looked at each other. No, don't worry about it. You'll find out here in a little bit. Here, like probably tomorrow, but for now I think you and you Frisk and Sand should get some sleep. But don't worry. Don't worry. Frisk is in good hands. So, they sleep. But what about it'll be fine. They sleep during the day usually. So you'll see them later on tonight, all right? Yes, Mother. All right, Mom. Sans, Frisk, and Papyrus headed upstairs to go to sleep while Pai continued to visit with her guests, trying to stay up as late as she could so that they wouldn't feel lonely.
So, as you can see, the thing with Frisk Nightmares is pretty bad. Though it's kind of hinted in this that one of the things that is needed to help Frisk is another one of Pai's powers. And this is going to have, I'm not going to say exactly how, but it's going to have a big impact on everybody. Not just Frisk and Sans, but all of her friends that have helped her from the underground. Except for maybe Napstablook, but I'm not completely sure. I'll have to think about that for a little bit. But if you like these, my DeviantArt, Twitter, and Tumblr account will be down in the description, so go check them out. And also, if you would, like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and hit that little notification bell to get a notification to your phone, your tablet, wherever you have keyed in with your YouTube, and also it'll send an email to the email address that you have connected to your YouTube account when I upload a video, which I may be uploading every day, but the time is kind of sporadic because of stuff going on here at home for me. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. See ya!